Go ahead. The best view we got was through the binoculars, and the best way I can describe it is there's some kind of reflective cloth or with a metallic-looking type of cloth of a structure that's definitely not rigid, or it's not a solid metal structure. It started over window 8, then quickly moved towards the nose of the orbiter, and we tracked it through windows 1, 2, 3, 4, and now it's out. What about window 5? It's moving away. Just pass off the nose again. Right now it's at about 12:30 and it's passing out in front of the vehicle.
We're Tally Ho. Can you get a still imagery if you can, and any estimate on size or range?
Looks like you got an object right in front of you, Mark. Can you look out there? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Never mind. Are we missing something? I don't see anything. There we go. Well, let's see. We've had visitors again. Yeah. Anything worth mentioning? Agree.
Do you believe in life on other planets?
Oh, yes. There's not much question at all. But there's life throughout the universe. We're not alone in the universe at all.
You're convinced that we're not alone in the universe?
Oh, I know for sure we're not alone in the universe. And I happen to be privileged enough to have been on the fact that we have been visited on this planet. And the UFO phenomenon is real, although it's been covered up by our governments for quite a long time. It is a real phenomenon. And there's quite a few of us that it's been well covered up by all of our governments for the last 60 years or so. But slowly it leaks out, and some of us are privileged to have been briefed on some of it. but I've also been in military circles and intelligence circles that knows beneath the surface of what has been public knowledge that, yes, we have been visited. I have been deeply involved in certain committees and certain research programs with very credible scientists and very intelligence people that do know the real inside story, and I am not hesitant to talk about it. There's quite a bit of contact going on. We have been visited. The Roswell crash was real, and a number of other contacts have been real and ongoing. It's pretty well known to those of us who have been briefed and been close to the subject matter. And that there's UFOs in the skies all the time that are very likely alien craft. Now, not all of them are. I suspect some of them are homegrown. I suspect that in the last 60 years or so, that there has been some back engineering and the creation of this type of equipment, but it's not nearly as sophisticated yet as what the apparent visitors have.
An object which is at the same place all the time but appears to be tumbling. Well, we've had it ever since yesterday. It just seems to be tagging along with us.
We do see that.
Okay. That's looking out in front of the orbiter.
Okay, we're seeing 3 or 4 objects. Can you confirm that it's just the one that's actually moving? The other ones are just reflections?
No, there are 3 objects. The one you see 2 rings right there. They're the ones we kind of had the late tally-ho on. The one down the bottom, that was the one we initially saw.
We have an unidentified flying object.
It's strange. I don't know what this is.
I'm still doing it.
Looks like an H almost.
Oh, you remember my baby bottle? The lolly one? You know, I'm using mine is a baby. I'm using it. I know you both could be babies. Yeah, but I'm using dragons and tiaras do not go together. Hey, what's up, everybody? Ow. Okay, I'll be the mommy. I'm the daddy. Hey, I get it all under control. I want to be the baby. is a baby. Oh. Mommy reminds is a baby. Ow. Wait, can you give me that? Can you give me that? Oh, behind you. It doesn't. Could I have the pink one?
Nie wiem, coś tam, a tą smugę taką ognistą widziałaś? Jak, o.
Tak,
Widzisz?
widzę. Mhm.
No
Jak
niesamowite.
jakieś wyładowania takie to trochę wygląda.
Nie, to w atmosferę coś pada.
Ale super. O.
No. Jesteś na plaży teraz? Jesteś na plaży, obserwujesz te ognie, które wchodzą w atmosferę? No właśnie to filmujemy, no powiem Ci, siedzimy tutaj na samym cyplu, no coś niesamowitego po prostu. I to już nie to, że to jest moja konfabulacja, Maginia tu siedzi koło mnie i to nagrywa.
No nagrywamy.
Co, jakiś wielki obiekt, słuchaj, wszedł w atmosferę, rozleciał się, widzimy cały czas jak się spala, słuchaj, i takie wiesz, ta końcówka jego, która też weszła w atmosferę, no coś niesamowitego, wiesz? No nie wiem, czy są zakłócenia, czy nie, ale słuchaj, no po prostu to jest coś, ja słyszałem już o takich rzeczach, ale nigdy czegoś takiego nie widziałem na własne oczy.
Błyski są takie.
No Magda nakręca, no kręcimy to, ale to jest niesamowite, słuchaj, nie wiem czy to będzie, ojoj, słuchaj, coraz więcej takich właśnie rozbłysków jest, no coś niesamowitego. Słuchaj, to powiem Ci, wiesz, ile tu kasa, cały czas latają kasy.
Wszystko się
Ale to jest
nagrywa
mało,
na
bo
filmie,
tu jest
no.
Gdańsk, słuchaj, tu jest Gdańsk, no Magda jak usłyszy tylko jakąś taką teorię, to wie. No i ostatni kawałek się dopala teraz. Ostatni kawałek został.
Jest na górze.
Tak.
Jest po wschodzie.
No to z takimi trzaskami, no to, ale przypuszczam, że to jest chyba normalne. No. No i teraz patrzymy jak księżyc właśnie wychodzi za horyzontu.
Za chmurnie.
Za chmur w sumie. Nie, no my teraz jeszcze tu siedzimy, ale... O, jakie błyski.
Mhm. A teraz jak równo, nie w pełni.
Mhm.
No niesamowite.
No to po prostu coś niesamowitego. Ja się pytam tej kobitki, czy co? Bo ona fotografuje takie rzeczy.
Ale Rosjanie strzelają na wodę, ale tam jest akurat nie stabilizacji, ale nie tak, tam jest strefa wody. Oni nie strefowają.
Pani ma tak niesamowite zbliżenie, że widać elementy, które spadają i się palą.
No i co?
No ona też nie wie co to jest, też to filmują.
Ale z tych elementów da się coś tam...
Nie, mówi za daleko jest. Mówi to jest za daleko. Mówi też pierwszy raz w życiu to widzi. Mówi, ale właśnie na takie chwile tu się czeka.
No, się rozdzieliło.
No i to się rozwala jakby. No. O, i się dopala.
Tak jak my byśmy wiedzieli.
Dokładnie, tak jakbyśmy wiedzieli, co to jest.
I don't know if anyone can see this, but notice clearly those lights in the sky, right in front of you, right in the middle of the screen. Do you see how they're moving? That is not an airplane, it is too big for that. It is not a building, it is not a crane or anything. It's too high up in the sky and it's too bright. I don't know what this is, but they're shifting shapes. First it was a straight line, now it's turned into a perfect triangle. And there are more lights coming in and they're merging into it.
Weird. 3 massive lights. I'm so incredibly far from them too. Damn, I can't zoom in
There's a lot of them, whatever they are.
It just appeared like that within seconds.
There's 12 of them.
So funny.
There's the street light. And I think they're coming this way, aren't they?
In other words, NASA and the American military have designed weapons. He says in his book that some of the weapons are based on patents of the genius inventor Nikola Tesla. Philip Corso tells us that there are plasma beam weapons being used against these UFOs, and that sometimes these UFOs are hit. A special team then travel out to wherever it is in the world and collect the wreckage. Now, from the wreckage, they back engineer any useful technology. In his book, he clearly states that microchips, semiconductors, fiber optics, lasers, many other new metal alloys have all been back engineered from wreckage which they've collected from UFOs which have been shot down by the American government. I believe that what we're seeing with the footage from Space Shuttle mission STS-48, that we are seeing several intelligently controlled extraterrestrial craft. And yes, I do believe that the flashes are the firing of some very, very top secret weapon which is able to produce an electronic or electromagnetic plasma kind of death ray that is being used against these UFOs. I do believe that that is exactly what we're seeing.
The tether has broken. It is going away from us. Get it on the TV. TV. Tether has broken.
Space shuttle mission STS-75, the tether incident. A lot has been said about this incident. Personally, I feel that most of the objects that you see are actual individual parts of the tether, just floating around in space, and that they're out of focus. It's a fascinating piece of footage, and I wouldn't be surprised if there weren't, quite a few UFOs coming into the scene to check out our technology, just the same as they've done many times before.
The crew can see the tether and see the satellite. It's beautiful. This view showing the satellite. Again, just moving into sunrise. 81 nautical miles now from Columbia.
You clearly hear one of the astronauts being told there's an object at your 11 o'clock position.
It's about your 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock going away. Don't worry about it.
And the other astronaut, who's obviously in the know, says don't worry about it.
Out there. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
I suspect that the senior astronauts, the astronauts who've been up more than just once, are fully aware that there is a very large number of unexplainable objects flying around.
Never mind.
Well, people always say to me, if there's extraterrestrials and if there's UFOs, why don't they make themselves known to us publicly? Well, I think with the space shuttle mission STS-80, that's exactly what they did do. You see objects which are out of focus, or they are transparent in some kind of way. And the first one comes from behind the space shuttle, comes into the field of view, and they make their way to the upper atmosphere. That's at least what it looks like. It's joined by many others, and you get a kind of rough circular formation appearing. And then you get the piece de resistance, the last orb comes into the center of this formation, and as soon as it finds its position, it lights up. And then you can see a sort of dance of lights around this formation. Now, this suggests to me incredible intelligence. It suggests to me that they are saying, look at us, look how clever we are. And it's an astounding piece of footage.
Popocatépetl llevaba varios días tranquilos hasta ayer por la tarde cuando registró una fuerte exhalación. Pero tras la exhalación se registró algo que no sé qué sea, no sé cómo explicarlo. Vamos a verlo juntos. Miren lo que cae en el cráter. Esta es la exhalación y luego es esto. Ahí está esto que cae en el cráter. Ante esto no se lo presenté ayer porque buscamos especialistas que hasta hoy nos dieron estas explicaciones. Miren.
Estas son imágenes captadas por la cámara de Televisa, ubicada en el Cerro Alzomoni, muy cerca del volcán Popocatépetl. Según especialistas, se trata de un objeto de aproximadamente 1 kilómetro de largo por 200 metros de ancho. No se puede apreciar de dónde viene, pero con una velocidad mayor a la de un avión, pareciera que entra al cráter. Así se ve de cerca. Es un cuerpo cilíndrico, se aprecia un exceso de brillo en su cara frontal y una sombra. Acudimos con la astrónoma de la UNAM y miembro de la Unión Astronómica Internacional que ha revisado a detalle los objetos luminosos vistos en la zona hace 15 días y en abril pasado, cuando el volcán registró mayor actividad.
Una cosa interesante en todo esto es que va en caída. Sería todavía más espectacular si fuera en subida, Cuando es algo que va cayendo, como que hay más causas naturales que cuando va subiendo.
Descartó que fuera material incandescente lanzado por el volcán y que regresa en caída libre, debido a que no se aprecia un camino de luz trazado por el cuerpo en movimiento, misma situación que descarta la posibilidad de que sea un meteorito.
Agora sí. ¡Qué lindo! Hola, mis amigos me visitando. Meus amigos me visitando. Olha que lindo e grande que ele é, Renata. É? Puxa vida.
Tá vendo outro aqui.
Lindo e grande. Tá vindo outro?
Tá, deixa ele aparecer mais.
Olha que lindo e grande que ele é.
Nossa, esse é o problema.
Que lindo e grande que ele é.
At this stage, the rocket was traveling between 11 and 14,000 miles per hour when a saucer-shaped craft entered the frame.
It flew into the frame like this, and it shot a beam of light at the warhead. Now, remember, all this stuff is flying at several thousand miles an hour. So this thing fires a beam of light at the warhead, hits it, fires another beam of light, and then flies out the way it came in. And the warhead tumbles out of space. Now, when the lights came on, Major Mansman turned around and looked at me and said, "Were you guys screwing around up there?" And I said, "No, sir." And he said, "What was that?" And I said, "It looks to me like we got a UFO."
Come sale? Cos'è sto? Guarda.
Dove? Ah, sì.
È tutto... No.
Passa l'aereo, passa l'aereo.
Preso con l'aereo, bellissimo.
Ma è metallico, eh? È uno specchio che vola. C'è una sua propulsione, eh? Guarda vicino, guarda Simo, Allora, aspetta, faccio un altro.
This round of applause is for you, the listener, for supporting the artists and DJs on Live 365. Every time you play a song, we pay royalties to the recording artists, the songwriters, publishers, and many others. It's the easiest way to support the artists and DJs you love on Live 365. But why not take it a step further? If you get a VIP membership, not only will your favorite artists get paid, but your favorite broadcasters will as well. And you'll also receive access to thousands of commercial-free stations, even if they're full or sold out.
If you're separated and you're self-focused, don't wait until a disaster strikes to figure it out. It's your responsibility to make a plan for you and your family ahead of time. To learn how, take our readiness challenge and NYC information. Brought to you by the New York City Office of Emergency Management and the Ad Council.
Radio Mystic.
Guarda Simo, sono due vani, metallico, lo vedi?
Cavolo, bellissimo.
Io non ho mai visto niente di simile. Cioè mi sono concentrato al massimo prima. Allora, chi mi ha mandato il messaggio?
Emma e...
Capisce, eh?
Se lo vede anche lui da là, Dice calcola 1000.
Countryside, rational explanations aren't quite so easy to come by. Oliver's Castle, Wiltshire, 1989.
There's a couple of lights down there somewhere.
This controversial film appears to show strange objects hovering above a cornfield. Below, complex circle formations appear. Retired electrical engineer Colin Andrews
And Columbia, Huntsville for Scott. If you haven't adjusted the 35 millimeter intervalometer yet, you could adjust that to 2 seconds. If you've already passed that step, that's no problem, and you can proceed.
Okay, we'll go to 2 seconds on the intervalometer. It's no problem. Just take a couple seconds to reset. And is sample 7 looks like a different material than the last one.
And Columbia for Scott, that should be the same type of material.
Okay, is it thicker or is it, because it looks like it might be a little thicker?
No, it's seems like it appears that way, but it should be the same thickness.
Okay. And we modified the thermocouples as you said. And we'll modify the camera settings, and it'll be a few more minutes before we finish setting up.
Okay, copy that, Scott. That camera was something that they noticed in their last data run.
Okay, thanks.